Welcome to Bethlahem Institute of Engineering. Bethlahem Institute of Engineering is affiliated to Anna University, Chennai and approved by AICTE, New Delhi. This institution was established in the year 2008.
Good morning, students. Today we see about the topic of Electro Encephalogram, which is used to study the electrical activity of brain. So the term encephalo means it is the biological name of the brain. So we put a name electroencephalogram. So this electroencephalogram, which is used to study the electrical activity of the brain. So sometime it will be called as a electroencephalography. So this is a technique by which the electrical activity of the brain are studied. Sometime it will be called as a electroencephalograph. So this is a instrument by which the electrical activity of the brain are recorded. Sometime it will be called as a electroencephalogram. This is the record or the graphical registration of electrical activity of brain. So before we are going to see about, or we are going to study about EEG measurement, first we see about what are the waveforms generated in the our brain, or what's the potential generated by in our brain. First we see about what's the waveform associated with, or what the waveform generated in our body. This is the figures, the waveform generated. What are the waveforms generated in the our brain? First, we see about the general structure of the our brain waveform. The typical bandwidth of the brain waveform is 0.1 to 100 Hz, and the typical amplitude of EEG waveform is the 10 to 100 volt. Then the waveform is highly random. In EEG, there is a 5 types of waves is available, or in our brain there is a 5 type of waves will be uh, generated. The first one is the gamma wave, second one is the beta wave, third one is the alpha wave, and the fourth one is the theta wave, and the last one is the delta wave. So first we see about what's the general characteristics of the gamma wave. This gamma wave is the frequency of this gamma wave is greater than 40 Hz. That means if the range is 40 Hz to 100 Hz. Then we see about when it will be appears. It appears when the person is the hyper brain activity. This gamma wave will be appeared. So then we see about beta wave. So in the beta wave having the frequency of 13 to 39 Hz, then it will be appeared in the person when the person is engaged in activities. Just like the person is very busy that time, so the beta wave will be appear in his brain. So next we see about where it will be uh, generated. In the brain there is a lot of parts will be available. In the brain the beta wave will be presented in the, or it will be recorded from parietal and the frontal region of the scalp. Parietal and the frontal region of the scalp. Next we see about the alpha wave. So this alpha wave, frequency of this alpha wave is the 7 to 13 Hz. So when it will be appeared, when the person is the very relaxed position, this alpha waveform will be appeared. Then we see about where it will be recorded, or where it will be generated. It's generated or it will be recorded from occipital region of the brain. So alpha wave, it will be appeared at the, or it will be recorded from occipital region of the brain. The frequency is 7 to 13 hertz. Then uh, we see about theta wave. The normal frequency of the theta wave is 4 to 7 hertz. So it will be appear in the when the person is sleep, or when the person in the dreaming condition, this theta wave will be appear. So then it's recorded from parietal and the temporal region of the scalp. Next, we see about delta wave. So the delta wave, the frequency of the delta wave is the less than 4 hertz. It will be appear when the person is deep sleep. When the person is deep sleep, but not a dreaming position, this delta wave is presented. But it will be appeared, or it will be recorded from the cortex of the brain. Brain cortex is the one of the sensitive part of the brain. So this delta wave is appeared in the this cortex of the brain. Next we see about EEG waveforms. So this EEG helps to the uh, doctors to diagnose the level of consciousness, brain death, sleep disorder, brain tumor, and the epilepsy. These are the waveforms associated with when the person is the awake position. This type of wave will be presented. When the person is not a deep sleep, is a light sleep, this type of wave will be presented. Then a REM sleep, that means a rapid eye movement. This the waveform is the deep sleep. When the person is the brain is death position, so this there is no waveform, only a line will be presented. Then when the person having the, or it is suffered with the epilepsy, this type of waveform will be presented. So based on the this waveform, the doctors will be easily identify or easily diagnose the what's the problem associated within our brain. Next, we see about the electrode system. We know what do you mean by electrode. So, this electrode, which is are used to pick up the electrical signal from our body. In this case, this electrode is a system. It's a pick up the brain wave from our body. So, first we see about what are which type of electrode, and which type of electrode we will be used in the mm, used to pick up the brain signal from body. There is a 1020 electrode system we have to use. There is a 1020 electrode system we have to use. First, we see about why it is called as a 1020 electrode system. The distance between the two electrode is 10 percentage, and the 20 percentage distance between specified position of the scalp. In the scalp, we fix the we fix the some location in location, or fix the some points in our brain. So that depends upon the that points. It's a to this two electrode which will be placed in the 10 percentage and the 20 percentage distance between the specified points on the scalp. So it will be called as a what? There is a 1020 electrode system. There is a two important path they have to taken. One is the Nazian, another one is the Inian. Nazian is the deep root of the nose. So this distance, Nazian to Inian's distance, it will be divided into the 5 parts, or the 5 points. The Nazian to Inian distance will be divided into the 5 points. That points of the frontal lobe. So it will be denoted as the FP, is the frontal lobe. Second point is the frontal, is the frontal. So it will be denoted as the F. In the third one is the central. So it will be denoted as the C. Then parietal, so is the denoted as the P, and the occipital it will be denoted as the what, O. So this is the 1020 electrode system. Based on these 5 points, we fix the what electrode in the our brain. So next, so we this is the horizontal, vertical part, Nazian to India. Next, we draw a line from horizontal part, that is the left ear to the right ear, left ear to the right ear. So in the left ear to right ear, we fix the 2 points. One is the temporal points, another one is the central points. One is the temporal points, another one is the central points. So next, this is the figure how we can be fix the electrode in our brain. So already I told there is a electrode is to pick up the electrical signal from our brain. So generally, surface electrode are generally used. Or sometime when we use the needle electrode and the depth and needle electrode, which is used to pick up the electrical signal from our body. Generally, depth and needle electrode will be used to pick the electrical signal from our body. So this is the figure. So I told there is a, this is a vertical part, this is the horizontal part. So in the vertical part we fix the, so Nazian to Inian, we fix the what, there is a 5 points. One is the FP1, another one is the F2, another one is the C2, another one is the P2, another one is the O1. So in the horizontal part, it will be fixed in the left ear to the right ear. Here also there is a 5 points. One is the T3. The C3, I already I told there is central point. The T means what? There is a temporal points. This is the figure or this figure how we can be fix the electrodes in our brain. So next we see about the basic procedure of the, or what are the steps we have to follow to the fix the electrode in our brain. First, the I told first we draw a line from Nazian to Inian, and the next we draw a line from left ear to the right ear. So this is the first step, draw a line from Nazian to Inian, and the next step we draw a line from the left ear to the right ear. So based on the two lines, we get a center point. We get a center point. So we mark a center point is C2, central point. So we mark a central point is C2. Then the fourth point. So we fourth step, we mark the point what, 10, 20, 20, 20% of the total ASEAN distance. That means the total ASEAN to Indian distance, it will be divided into the 5 point. First electrode which will be placed in the 10 percentage of distance. Next electrode is placed in the 20 percentage. Next electrode is press third electrode which will be fixed in the 20 percentage distance of the previous one. The fourth electrodes it will be marked, or the fourth electrode fixed in the 20 percentage distance of the what, previous one. And the last fifth one is the fixed in the 20 percentage distance of the previous one. Then we mark a point, so or the mark fix a electrode is the FPZ, FZ, CZ, PZ, and the OZ. We know what do you mean by F is at frontal lobal. F means frontal, C means central, P means what, there is a parietal, O means occipital. So this is the what, first fourth step to fix the electrode. So next we taken as the next part. So left ear to the right ear. In the left ear to right ear, Again we fix the what, there will be 5 electrode. One is the T3, another one is the C3, another one is the C2, another one is the C4, another one is the T4. So here we know the T3 is temporal points. So in till this step we fix the horizontal part of the, or the left ear to the right ear, and the Nazion to Enion, we fix the electrode. So next step, we measure the distance of FBZ and the OZ. Next, we take the measure the distance of FPZ and the OZ. From that distance, based on that distance, we draw a circle along through the T3, along to the T3. So based on the circle, we fix in the what, FP1, T1, T3, T5, and the O1 is the one side, and the right side we fix the FP2, F6, T4, T6, and the O2. So once again, we take the distance between the FPZ and the OZ. So from that distance, we draw a circle through the T3. In the left side, we mark a point or fix the location of FP1, T1, T3, T5, and the O1. And the right side, we mark the position of FP2, F6, T4, T6, and the O2. Again, next step, now we measure the distance of FP1 and the O1. Now we measure the distance of FP1 and the O1. So from that distance, we draw another circle. It's passing to the C3. So in this circle, so in the left side of the circle, we mark the point F3, C3, and the P3. And the right side of the circle, we mark the point or mark the position F4, C4, and the P4. So these are the procedure to follow the fix the electrode. So this is a called 1020 electrode system.